Hello everyone. I am going to talk about the AI capability. As a software developer, whenever we are writing code and we are generally using the multiple editors, maybe using the notepad or maybe using the some different tools. And generally nowadays, any editor you are using, maybe IntelliJ, Eclipse, STS, they are provide some kind of your help, some kind of suggestions. Okay, whenever you are writing declaring some variable or declaring some method, you're calling some methods, initially they are given some help. If you start with a notepad, whenever you are writing code on notepad, generally we are writing each and everything manually, and many times we are facing our code compilation, code syntax issue. So while the improvement happen, we move as a software programming with the particular IED. An IDE may be IntelliJ, Eclipse, STS, VS Code. Lots of different IDE available for the different kind of programming language. So that's help us now. Even you can just get all the declare methods, some variable help, and some kind of finding the method name. Some basic code completions are given by your IntelliJ or any editor you are using. So now, with the help of your AI, artificial intelligence, we are going to take the leverage, take the benefit, and due to that, whatever the developer write code automatically completed or suggested by our AI tool itself. Might be nowadays we are lots of using chat gpt and lots of open AI platforms. So similarly, now we have to think the way we are writing code really needed or what the different way. Now with the help of AI powered code completion technology software tool, now we have to change the way we are writing a code. Just instead of writing each and everything by yourself, why not you just ask, hey AI, I want to create a specific method, I want to do something, let's you write, suggest some code instead of just variable name, method name. Why not you complete the method definitions? Okay, so now with the help of AI, we are going to change the way we are writing a code. Now, as a software developer, we are just not responsibility to writing code. Let's you write the code, then you run the code and verify your expected output, what you want. So here say writing code, building code, fixing issue, lots of times take. So now we are going to take help of the AI, and AI help us, hey, to quickly write the code, quickly fix the issue, quickly compile the issue, and just you focus on your expectation, what kind of output you want. Okay, so for that we are going to talk today about the code completion tool that's are famously used nowadays is the GitHub Copilot. So nowadays you notice GitHub is generally public repository, and this public repository lots of code base already managed. Near about 1.5 millions of the users are currently using the GitHub to maintaining our code base, different kind of programming language, different kind of syntax. So now what GitHub decided, so let's use the AI and build some tools that help us developer. So what is the objective? Whatever the, as a developer, I am writing code. As a developer, I am writing code. It's okay. Okay, whatever you writing code. Why not we take the help of AI? Now we have a AI machine available. Let's integrate our code. Whenever I am say, hey, I want to do something, let's AI, and because GitHub Copilot AI tools that are trained the huge millions of lines of code and suggestions and code completions. Now on the fly, they can generate code, not just auto completion. You just set the context, hey, this is the thing I want, and they can generate code. As a software developer, our responsibility just verify what are the code generated by the Copilot is meet my expectation or not. It might be case the code generated by the Copilot it not meet your expectation, then you again ask question, hey Copilot, can you refactor this not meeting? So nowadays Copilot, with the help of developer feedback, they are going to the build more and more accurate suggestion for us. So as a software developer, whatever the programming language you are using, whatever the front end, back end, whatever this, every places this Copilot help us. So we are going to talk more detail ki how Copilot works and what are the benefits and what kind of advantage we can take. And I'm going to give some quick demo how we can use this Copilot. Notes, as of now, in our current application which I'm working, currently we are using this Copilot. But please ensure that the code, whatever the code suggested by your Copilots, is not 100% accurate for your business, for your purpose. Might be many chances they generate accurate code what you want, but sometimes they suggest code that might be some problem. So please be open to review the code. Whatever the Copilot generated, might be they generated some code that might be have some security breach, maybe a SQL injection problem, maybe lots of file system problem. So please review the code that's suggested by the AI. We are not going to commit such a code that might be lead some security problem, might be a SQL injection, SL attack, maybe your file system attack, something. So whatever the code generated by the GitHub Copilot, as a software developer, this is our responsibility. We have to ensure that we are verifying those. Okay, the Copilot helps lot as for software developer to building your application. Instead of that, we have to question marks. Okay, whatever the code generated by the Copilot, it is as per our expectation, and the code generated by the Copilot is have any kind of vulnerability issue, any kind of a security issue. As a software developer, this is our responsibility. We have to review, and if you find something problem, you ask Copilot, hey, this code might be have some security issue, some vulnerability, can you fix it? He will fix it. Okay, so let's talk some more how we can use the Copilot. Okay, so before going to start deep dive about the Copilot, let's talk basic introductions. Okay, so the basic introduction is that whatever the AI driven GitHub Copilot we are going to use, they are suggesting code suggestion and auto completion. Means ki somehow you are writing something code, they support auto completion. Hey, these are the things you are writing. Sometime no, complete method, complete class, complete business scenario, they can suggest for you on the basis of your context, on the basis of your inputs. Okay. And that is happen in the real times, and even whatever the code written, you can ask again, whatever the code generated, just analyze the code and ask, hey, this code, whatever I written or Copilot suggested code, is it as per our coding standard guidelines? Is it as per our review process, as per our standard documentation? Everything you can ask, and they on the real times they analyze the code and provide the review suggestion. Might be the code written can manage the multi-threading, can manage the exception handling, can manage the security issue. You can ask them and they suggest proper output. So with this AI Copilot, what the benefits we get improved our productivity and efficiency. That means nowadays we are going to write code that's so standard, so generic, and that improve our productivity instead of writing very same code again and again, similar kind of business logic. These tools help us. And while if the same kind of syntax, same kind of code we are going to write across our application, if my application is so large, so big, so maintaining code quality and maintainability is also become enhanced and improved, you can say, if we are using our Copilot. And even our Copilot, as I mentioned, they are support the multiple language programming language, whatever you want. And whatever this our Copilot suggest code, that's very good important point, your context aware conversation. What do you mean? Whatever you are talking with the AI and what the context means, particular project, particular directory, particular context, particular domain, on which context you are talking with the AI, accordingly they suggest code and complete. Whatever the AI standard is, the as a Copilot train all the public standard coding guidelines, standard syntax, standard business logics, they are suggest the specific code. But sometime I want, hey, this is my specific business domain, and I want Copilot can suggest a specific business model, domain driven codes. So we have to help them. We have to convey our context. Hey, this is my application, a specific domain, a specific context, a specific scenario. If our AI are understand our context, and whatever the next time they are going to generate code, that's with your business, that's with your domain. Okay, so let's talk basic about the architecture before jumping more details. So what are the basic architectures about the Copilot? So as you know, Copilot is built on the top of large scale neural networks architecture. So they are using LLM, large language model, and neural network concepts, and we as a Copilot, GitHub Copilot teams are trained them a massive corpus of open source code. So whatever now go on this Google's and find out lots of open source code available in the market. Open source, open JDK, open library, lots of source code, millions of source code nowadays available as open source. So GitHub Copilot is trained, is understand this code, and on the basis of this massive data, line of code, line of function, analogies, Copilots train, and now after that they are going to suggest real times context wise code for us. So what the analogy? So first, in anyhow, whatever this is a Copilot, whatever the Copilot have some steps. First, take input from you. You means as a programmer. Programmer can give input. Hey, I want something. I want how our Copilot suggests us what I want. So somehow we are as a software developer, we are giving some context, some input our Copilot, and Copilot, whatever the input they receive, internally broken into the sequence of tokens such like keyword identifier something, and accordingly they are going to the process neural network concept, second stage. And while lots of permutation combinations and massive data, and they are generate your suggested code, and once code is generated, after that generated sequence of tokens make up the suggested code by the decoder. Encoder take your input, neural networks generate your suggestion, lots of suggestion code, completion, auto completion, and after that decoder just make a suggested code. And sometime the post-processing steps also: encoder, neural networks, and then decoder, and after that's your post-processing code. Sometime I want to apply some kind of transformation, maybe formatting, checking some spell, checking some grammar, something. So after that they generate the code that's are so correct suggestion. So these are the some steps. Your input is received by input encoder. Then with the help of neural network concept, massive corpus of open source code on which is this GitHub Copilot was trained. They are suggested code for your context, and after that we are just decode them, and after apply some kind of post processing, and after that they generate the suggested code. So we'll talk detail how as a software developer we are giving input to the Copilot, how Copilot automatically suggests the code. There are different mode where as a software developer we are going to the give input to the Copilots. Okay, so whenever we are writing code, let's talk some benefits and then we have to move more details. Okay, so as already we discussed, whenever we are this GitHub Copilots, couple of benefits like we are increasing productivity, increasing efficiency, our code quality improved, our code can be maintainable, and lots of you can even enhance and collaborate your knowledge sharing, and this help us to quickly reduce bug and fix the error as well as. Okay, so these are the kind of summary, and after that I am going to do some couple of demos so that you can understand. Okay, so the summary of this Copilot is that they are for the any developer, software developer, they generated code and suggested code for very help, and quickly you can say very less time you can write such code, write such application. That's very important for us, and that is for me it's lots of save our times, and this is a very powerful tool for enhancing our coding workflow. Nowadays the code suggested by the GitHub Copilot are so standard, and lots of larger community which follow. So whenever I write code, our code is also kind of a same guidelines. So in future maybe other developer or me and any other developer can read the code, and the code have a same similarity, same guidelines, easy to maintain, easy to understand. So from my perspective, it is a very important to understand this power of Copilots, and let's use them. Okay, and while using, be conscious, be aware, these Copilots are suggested not just line of code. This Copilot not just suggested just line of code, they suggested maybe one function for us, complete function, they suggested complete classes, they suggested complete project, they suggested something like lots of things we're going to talk. And while taking input, this will take input from your command line, from chat window, from your open file. What is the file you open on your terminal? They can understand this is the file open. Even you can say provide this selected code. This is the snippet code. I want to refactor, I want to review, I want to modify them, I want to make as per the coding standard. So just say this is a selected code, I want to do something. Let's review the code, let's generate the documentation, let's generate the test cases. So all the things this Copilot take input maybe from the command line, from the open files or tab, from the selected code, from the standard chat window, and through which this Copilot take input. Once take input, and they are going to use of the AI as a neural network model and going to generate the suggest and decode, and after that post processing, and finally they suggested, and might be many times they suggested multiple code for you, multiple suggestion for you, and as a developer we have to decide this is the fit for us, this is the fit for us, this is for fit for us. So might be many times Copilot or generate multiple suggestions, and we have to review them, and as per our context, as per our use case, we can use them. Okay. So for demo, let's I am just going to jump my editors and I'm going to talk on. Okay, so one thing, this Copilot is not just work for your IntelliJ ID. Is they are support multiple nowadays, where ID maybe VS Code, maybe other as well as. So good option, you can explore whatever the editor you want, and in this editor you have to just integrate your Copilot. Means you have to first you have your GitHub account. Just log in your GitHub account and just on profile select your GitHub Copilot, and after that you have to buy your some kind of we have some free trial days available, and after that we have some commercial plan available, enterprise plan available, and if you are working in a particular organization can also enable the Copilot license to you. And once your Copilot license enable, and you can just log in from here your GitHub those account which enable the Copilot, and after that your ID are integrated with the AI powered Copilot tools. Okay, so here I already have a login with my GitHub account, and my credential have a access about the Copilot facility, and now this is a Copilot. If you notice here, there are a chat and lots of options here. You can just like here window, not is a Copilot chat window. Here you can chat your with the Copilots, and let's a couple of mode we are going to talk. Okay, so as we discussed couple of more way, if you open the multiple file here, multiple tabs, Copilot sense, hey, these are the kind of files open, they can visualize, they can understand. One of the good part of the Copilot understand our project. Just say, hey, this is my workspace, and they can visualize, they can analyze all the codes, and according to your application they are responding us. Okay, so let's the basic mode of the developer, just writing, asking some question, asking some answer. One way you can go here the chat window, hey, this is the chat window, and you can start conversation, right? Or here the chat window, you can ask any kind of questions, whatever. This is the one way. Okay, another way, instead of on the editor itself, whenever you're writing code, hey, let's key I want to write some method. So you have to tell Copilot, hey, I want to create a function or method. This method take input this, what the output return. Generally you want to write, hey, I want to write this function, this take input, one input, two input type maybe integer, maybe float, and what kind of output I want. This is my business logic. So just tell Copilot, hey, this is my objective, these are things I want to do, and let's Copilot is write and code for you, suggest the code for you, and we can just take them and review them and test them. Okay, so let's example. So whenever you enter, by default notice, this is the things your generated by Copilot suggested code. Notice I just put enter, and now our Copilot understand, hey, might be this is the sample program that you want to write some main function to verify the output, yeah, run something. Okay, so notice this is the thing generated by our Copilot. Okay, so this code is generated, then how can use this, or you can discard them. We have option. You can use the Windows machine and Linux machine have a different tabs. You can just press the tab. Whenever you press the tab, this code is now the part of your file. Okay, so this things is might be also generated by such code is our editor. So instead of writing this, I can say in the IntelliJ idea also have some kind of suggestion, like hey, I don't want to suggest public static void main. Okay, so this is the code. Now our IntelliJ ID is suggesting, hey, you can add this shortcut method. I will place the main method for you. So there are some kind of suggestion already our existing editor help us, but now they have very limited capacity, limited data with the IntelliJ have. But now we are saying, hey, ID, you use the technology, our AI, and AI already have a lots of capability to respond. So why you are not benefit? So this is also a way. Hey, so in this way you can write the code, and whatever the things again you are writing your system data or print or whatever message you want. Okay, this is the one way. Whenever the file open, the context open, the GitHub understand, hey, you are maybe looking this. Okay, and one things depend upon the use of your Copilot. This is the Copilot. So what kind of question you are asking, how many number of times are you used, something. They understand your context, and according to the next time they suggest a code for us. Okay, so let's here I simply want to create one method. So how I tell the Copilot? Go to the chat window. This is the one option. Let's say I write the commented code. So generally now I write the comment here, say, hey, no, I don't want a public static management. I want to create a, create a method. That's a name method name like a factorial method that find the factorial of given number. So notice whenever you write, they are suggested for code as well. This is the method. Just I am telling, hey Copilot, I want to write a method that find the factorial number of given input. Okay, so this is the one way. Okay, maybe I can say, hey, this is the code they generated. This code is generated by the using the recursive. I want to create a factorial function not using recursive. So you can say, hey, create a method for finding the factorial of given number using the loop. I don't want the here they can generate the same Fibonacci number using the loops. But sometimes you have to tell this specific implementation I want. Now the complete methods it's generated. You want, hey, I want to test it from main method. So just say, hey, create a main method to test the factorial. Okay, they create the main method and test the factorial, and now you can run and test it. So notice, just as a developer, I want to tell Copilot, hey Copilot, can you generate the code for me? He will generate it. Even you want to, oh, I want to write the, hey, I want to notice create the node, create a method that find the Fibonacci series. Fibonacci number. Okay, so they will create the method. Just wait, and they are created. So lots of things. Maybe I want to write the methods that find the digit sum of every number. Okay, so just tell them, hey, I want to create a method that find the sum of input digits. Just say and just wait. They suggest a code how you can find whatever input it is sum. Maybe I want to find the reverse of given input. Whatever the things you want, just ask them, hey, create a method that get that return the reverse of a number. They will create a method that will reverse of a number. Reverse. Okay. No, it's a. Can you fix this code? Just now another we have option. Now somehow they are not generated the right code. We have to verify. Many times they generated. Now in this time they are maybe they are not generating something. Return the reverse of given given integer input number input. Okay, and just let's ask. Okay. Okay, so again they are generating same code. Sometime it will generate something that we are not expecting. So hey, ask, hey, can you just select the code and ask, hey, now you have, in this window you can find the GitHub Copilot and try to fix them. Hey, try to fix them, how to fix it. Okay, and now they are going to suggest what the possible fix would be. Okay, they are going to generate all the code for us. And now they are generating the right code. Okay, now they are generating, this is the reverse method, take a reverse helper class. This is the method we want. So this is the code. Sometime they suggest code for us and just select this code and use. So here you have an option, just here, hey, I don't want now, this is the code I want, and just paste it. So now they are solved my problem. Okay, reverse number, then this is the logic they are built. Okay, so this is the logic you have to know. So sometime they are giving some kind of a different kind of a output, so we have to chat them, you have to ask them. So lots of things here GitHub Copilot help us. Whenever we go to GitHub Copilot, there are multiple features here. They can generate Java doc. They can, you can let's see, I don't understand this is the code what are written. You can just, hey, I want to, can you explain this code? They can explain it. And even there is some problem in this code, hey, can you fix this code? They can fix it. You can simplify this code, they can refactor them. Can you generate test classes? They can generate test classes. So lots of things as a software developer we are doing, and those things this Copilot help us. So let's I want to try to understand this method. What this method doing? This is a recursive function I want to understand. Just select them, just go to GitHub Copilot. Can you explain this? Just read out. They are going to explaining what is this code means, and we have to read here. They can explain with the logics, and line by line the code generated, what here doing, what here doing. They explain, divide by 10, then this multiply by this, then these are things. So in this way, step by steps, they are explaining our code, why they are returning 0, what is the meaning of that. Even if you want to, hey, can you refactor this code using the simple loop, not the recursive, they'll do it. Okay, so lots of things you can just ask them. So multiple way to communicate AI. So whatever the file open, they can read, and whatever the comment line you can writing in the comment, it will according to response. Just select the file and ask the couple of questions. Select it and go here, GitHub Copilot. Just go to the GitHub Copilot, and they ask the multiple parameters. Let's say I want to generate the code Java doc for it. Generate it. Let's explain this. fix it. Let's say I have a fix some problem, just put some incorrect value something, so the code is also able to fix it. Okay, so here say, hey, let's say I modify here somehow something minus number. Okay, what happened? So this code have a something problem might be. So can our Copilot detects us what is the problem with this code? So let's select them and ask, hey Copilot, can you fix this issue? Let's wait what the Copilot responses. Okay. Somehow. So now he is able to find out, right? No, notice here the method is -1, that is the base stop the recursive. So they suggested, hey, this is the somehow the problem here. Okay, the -1 is the problem. And what would be the fix? They also suggest here, go to the down, and they are going to the suggest exact method what you want, right? So now notice they have find out this is the problem where we have to fix it. Okay, so you have to just fix this problem what they want, right? So GitHub, many places just help us to find out the issue. Let's say I want to generate the Java documentation. I can generate Java doc for this. Just select this code and simply say, hey, generate Java doc. GitHub Copilot. Hey, GitHub Copilot. This is the code I want to select, and GitHub Copilot generate the docs. So now they are going to generate the Java doc for this. Okay. Okay. Just select here, and you can maybe after this line you want to use them. Hey, just replace them. Now they can use this Java code. Okay. Some just refactoring. So lots of things they can do. They can generate properly Java documentation. They can explain what this method do for us, what the input, what the output, everything. So they are save lots of times. Okay. And what kind of what is one kind of error here? So variable cannot resolve result. So here variable names would be, input variable would be, and what is the result? Okay, documentation. Okay. Okay, they suggested, okay, what you can do. So in this way, you can just try to take the help of GitHub Copilot. Okay, even lots of things we can do from this, and even we can simply say, hey, I want to generate test classes for this. I want to not test from the main function. Many nowadays, whatever the method you are writing, whatever the code you are writing, your code must be tested from JUnits. So let's simple. Hey, this is the test class. I want to generate test cases. Okay, let's say, hey, this is the simply you create one test class. Okay, and whatever the unit version you just talk. So now I created simple one file. Okay, there is nothing. But in this case, I want, hey Copilot, can you generate test classes for me? Okay, so let's go here. Hey, this is our complete code. This is the complete code. Whatever the complete code, just ask Copilot, hey Copilot, can you generate tests? Right click, Copilot. Where is the prompt? Now this is the, okay, hey, generate tests. Now they are going to generate tests for us, and we can just use this whatever they code generated in this class. Okay, whatever they generated, let's wait. They are generated tests for every method whatever you have selected. Now writing tests is also very time consuming. Now this is the code generated, and just this is the code I want. Complete code should be, yes, it should be, and just say, hey, use them. Now just minimize them, and now notice they are generated complete tests for my everything, all the methods. Okay, and let's just run it. I want to run this test. Okay, so writing test is also nowadays consume lots of times in our application. If now notice, they are generated and all the tests are for, and multiple tests they are written as. And even you want to more tests, ask, hey, this is specific scenario, specific test I want. This Copilot help us. So this is one of the cool things about the GitHub Copilot. They suggested code as per our context, whatever we want. Okay. So even notice the I want to maybe remove I'll kind of commented lines. Hey, now I don't want this kind of commented line. Hey, this is the complete file. I don't want to commented line. Just select the code. Hey, this is the file I want to. Hey, GitHub Copilot. Just chat them and generate docs. No, chat them. And here say, hey, just say remove all the commented lines. Okay, and just ask them. So now they are going to refactor your class and remove all the commented lines. Okay. Almost they notice they are generated all the removed all the commented lines for this my code. Okay, they are removed all the commented lines code, and just say, hey, it's okay, just run it. Okay. Now notice we are created a complete file that without any kind of commented. Many times, sometime I don't want to line by comment. Maybe Java doc is okay. Okay, hey, I want to generate Java doc for every method I want. Is okay. So he can select again here code. Hey, can you generate Java doc for every method? Just select this code. Hey, just select line and say, hey, Copilot, generate Java docs. Just they are going to generating Java docs for every method. So many places you can say this Copilot save lots of times. Notice they are generating Java docs, and these are the things nowadays every API, every methods as a software developer you are going to write, they can write. Just the important point is that the way we are asking questions, the way we are giving input. Now say, hey, it's okay, everything for that's nice documentation. Let's I'm going to use them. Just go to the top and say, hey, this is the I'm code I want to use. Just say select here. Now the complete files are replaced. Oh, somehow different places. Okay. Oh, okay, somehow different. This is the test class, just test class. I remove it. Now here, just say, hey, generate Java doc. This is the class I want to generate. Sometime, yeah, generate. Maybe I missed some different places. So it will generate. Now they are generating, yes. And good part, Copilot understand your project, your domain, your code, your language. Okay? And accordingly they can suggest. Just we have to verify whatever the documentation they generated, code they generated. Let's we can use it. So now this is the code they generated. Everything it's okay for me. Look like, let's see it. Now we can use them. Just saying, okay. So now complete Java documentation generated for it. Now code is fine, well documentation, everything is written, and we can just use them. So for the developer, really Copilot help us for some kind of cases like writing test cases, writing Java documentation, and writing even the business logic. Just you tell them properly, hey, this is my class, this is my input, this is my output, can you write the code? they can suggest the code for us. So this is really helping. And even this writing code very standard. Even you want to just, I want to review my code. Oh, so this is a function they written. Just I want to review this code. Just say hey, and go to the chat window. Hey, now this is go to the chat window. Now here I'm saying, can you review this code and suggest? Can you review the selected method and suggest your review suggestion. Review the selected method and check this method follow the coding standards and suggest the review comments. Okay, just ask them and look them what they are suggesting. Okay, so whatever the existing method, new method, old method you have, and you can ask, can you explain this method? Can you just how they are suggested something very decent. Hey, now this method would be suggested at the input validation. Okay, might be this additional things. Hey, whatever the input someone passed, might be I'm not calculate the factorial for the given negative number. So this is things. Hey, number 0 you can return something. Now they are add some additional things which we miss. Okay, so these kind of things. Hey, this is the things. Okay, just select this. Hey, this is the things. Okay, and I'm okay with your kind of out code suggested, and let's do it. Okay, so in this way our now this factorial method is going to the So whenever you are going to committing some code, writing some new methods, big methods, just ask them, hey, this is the method I'm written, is it for the actually standard about the Java coding guidelines, what are the programming language you are using, and just tell them, he will fix them. Even sometime the your code is not missing something, they are providing to, hey, this is something missing here. Okay, so lots of things this Copilot help us. Surely I'm not going to be the one talk each and everything, but for the software developer, this is a very powerful tool. Even sometime you don't know more detail about the programming language, more syntax of the programming language, this Copilot help us. You write so concise, so quality, so performant code. Okay, so these are the just go to the GitHub Copilot feature, and lots of things GitHub Copilot offer us, and lots of company really nowadays using. Okay, and as a developer or multiple companies now, this GitHub Copilot is now going to started using. Okay, if you can just look the notice here, the industries 50,000 plus the business and have adopted, and notice 500 Fortune company also 55% developers for the GitHub Copilot. So generally I also prefer, if we have a GitHub, surely they help lots to understand the existing code, to understand the technology, you understand the concept, they can explain us. Okay, very well they explain us. And lots of you can say features they have. You can just go to the get AI based suggested in the real life, just write the code and ask, they are suggesting, and they can generate docs for you. They can even generate the pull request, pull comment message, so detailed, lots of things. I cannot discuss each and everything, but lots of favorite ID, whatever you can tools, you can just tell them. Lots of things now, couple of ID you can just integrate, maybe VS Code, maybe NeoMint, maybe Visual Studio, maybe which I am using NetBeans, Jet ID, IntelliJ ID, everything you can integrate here. And these are the something licensing purpose. Whenever as an individual you're going to learn, these are things we have start some free trial as well as and some business wise Copilot, some enterprise business. So lots of additional benefit you can just get from the here. But as a feature wise, what the common feature, they have a chat feature for every kind of things, maybe ultimate chat, context aware coding, coding support and explanation, you can say debugging and security issue, conversation with a different kind of context, lots of feature with pull request differences, what such analysis, anyway, code completion, real-time code suggestion, comments the code, and the feature of other things will be a smart action like inline chat, prompt suggestion, slash command, just we say right slash command and they understand, inline command, prompt suggestion, commit, maybe you want to commit the your codes, they suggest the commit messages as well as, so lots of things these they have a feature, just go through and everything you want to just try, just use them. And from the my perspective, for every developer we should have to adopt this AI tool. This Copilot is really many critical situations, they suggest very concise and exact answer which we want. Okay? But whatever the things we are going to talk here, please be note that they are generated code, it's good, it's nice, but whatever the code they Copilot generated, whatever the file code, everything, please don't directly deploy on your production environment or customer environment. Please verify them, please run your art test cases, please run our security scans. Many places I personally found the code generated by this Copilot with the help of our low context, maybe low we are not provided more detailed context of my business, they generate some very simple code, and the simple code we can just place in the production, that maybe there are some security vulnerability, lots of things we can face. So as a software programmer, we have to use this Copilot, but be conscious, whatever the code they generated, please ensure they are many times they generate our code that violates our security parameter and violates our vulnerability issue, security issue, right? So these kind of things, if you are developing very secure application, sensitive applications, whatever the code they suggested, please review, please test. Surely they can save your time to write the logic, save your time to write the test cases and verify. And once your verification done, then you push your code for the production. This is my humble suggestion, because Copilots are in-house the machine background, lots of data, they are processed and suggested optimal best code for us, but not you can say 100% codes suit for my business. Okay, at least they generated pseudocode, complete project, everything, but we have to, as a software engineer, our responsibility, we have to ensure that whatever the code suggested by the Copilots is meet my expectation first, and if meet my expectation, they also not violate any kind of a quality principle, coding principles, security principle, any kind of vulnerabilities. If your code have any kind of such a smell, some vulnerability, please ask Copilot itself, hey, this is the code, look like they have a some vulnerability issue, how I can fix? He suggests, Copilot suggests you the best way, hey, this is the way you can fix it. So what the code they generated, you can again review them. Before pushing any kind of methods, just select your code and ask, hey Copilot, can I review this? Anything I miss? Anything security vulnerability issue? Anything this kind of error handling required? Any kind of something we miss? Copilot help us. So we have to learn the best use of Copilot, and the way you are going to use the Copilot, they are understand your context, your ability, your application, and after that Copilot are responding very kind of correct suggestion. Initially, whenever you start going, many times you can say, hey, Copilots are responding very big answer, that's not match my application, this not match my requirements. But whenever slowly you open all the files and explain the context, good thing. Whenever you ask question, as specific, as detailed, you can ask them, hey, this is the things, this is a scenario, this is my input, this is my output. Can you implement this business logic with this algorithm, this function, this way? Copilot help us. So my final thoughts here, Copilot is very, you can say, powerful tool for the developer. But we have to use very consciously. Before committing, pushing any code in a deployment, we have to ensure that we have to run all the test cases and all the security vulnerability checks must be passed, then we push our code to commit. But overall, Copilot save lots of our times and productivity. Our code is so standard, so nice. So hope this information helpful you. This is my humble suggestion. Let's try to use the Copilots. Thank you.